happy Saturday. So the brisket is about 45 minutes to an hour from being done. It needs to get about 6 degrees hotter in the internal temperature, and I put it on early this morning around 8 a.m. And all right, I'm gonna slice into this, see how it all turned out, and I'll show you guys what it looks like inside. But it smells amazing, the bark looks great, I think for a first attempt. Hey guys, welcome to this video. This is all about my very first time smoking brisket in our smoker. I'm going to take you through the entire process of how I did it from start to finish. I hope you guys enjoy. It is a really exciting day for me. I'm going to smoke my very first meats using our electric smoker. I haven't used it yet. I've been super intimidated to try it out, but I've been doing lots of research, and today I am going to smoke my very first brisket, and I'm going to show you guys how I do it. And right now I've got the meat out and I'm preparing the rub for it, and it's a really simple rub. Brisket on both sides with that rub, and then put it in the smoker till it reaches the right internal temperature. I have a probe thermometer that's going to be inside that is going to be monitoring the temp, and it should take somewhere between 8 to 12 hours. I really hope it turns out well because I love getting brisket. I love making it with our weekend brunches and picking it up locally. There's some great spots here that make it, but they really charge a lot for brisket, and I really think it's worth just getting yourself an electric smoker or some kind of grill or smoker if you love brisket, because it's so economical to buy inexpensive brisket and smoke it yourself. So let's hope it turns out really well. This is an experiment. It's my first time smoking anything, so fingers crossed I get it right, but I am committed to this now. So we'll see how it goes, and I'll show you guys how I prep and make it. All right, so I've got the brisket here. It's in a few different parts, 4 different parts. It's just how I can get it here in Prague. And I made the rub here, which is salt, pepper, and garlic powder. And I am going to cover both sides and then pop it in the smoker. So I did trim this piece. I trimmed some of it, and you can either trim or not trim. But I did trim it a little bit, and now I'm going to be adding on the rub and just covering the meat with a really nice crust. That's going to be the bark on the brisket. So we'll cover it all here. I've got it all covered in the rub, and I'm going to put it in the smoker now with the meat probe inside. Got it all prepped, and I've been actually seasoning the smoker. So the first time that you use it, you have to season it and bring it up to a certain heat for a couple of hours. And I did that this morning, so it's all ready to go now, and I'm gonna put the brisket in. All right, so I've got it all loaded up, and I've got some wood chips here, which I'm putting in to the wood chip and put those in, and you can add more later. There's a little shoots on the side. And now I'm going to close it off. I've shut that, and now I'm going to set the temperature to about 107, which is in Celsius. I'll put what that is for Fahrenheit, but I believe it's about 225. And we're gonna set the time to 8 hours. And should be good to go. It's getting started. I've got that meat probe in it, so I'm gonna be able to watch the temp on it too. And this is the little side panel. You can add more wood chips if you need to during. I'm using hickory chips just in case you wanted to know the flavor. There's lots of different kinds, oak, cherry, but I'm using hickory for this first attempt here. There's nothing. I really hope it turns out to be at least like half decent, as good as it is when I pick it up from a local barbecue place. I know it'll take some trial and error and patience, but if it can taste just moderately as good as from the local barbecue place, we're gonna save so much money doing it ourselves. And also, it's fun to try new cooking techniques and try new things. There's so many other things I want to try smoking. I want to smoke my own salmon, cold smoked salmon. I want to try curing meats and smoking it and preserving them and making my own jerky. There's so many fun things that you can make, like making salmon jerky would be really fun too. But let's see how this first attempt at brisket works. If it turns out well, I'm going to be doing it pretty regularly and showing you guys things I learn along the way. And also I'm going to smoke some ribs, I think. All right, the smoke just started. It's getting going. It's really nice that it's not like super smoky. It just seems to be a moderate amount that comes out. It actually smells really good, like a cabin fire fireplace. Yeah. It's about 11 p.m. here, and the brisket has been smoking for about 8 hours, and it is about 15 degrees away from reaching that perfect maximum internal temperature that it needs to get to. I'm gonna leave it in for another hour and see if it hits it, but I'm pretty much just planning on finishing it in the morning. I'm gonna take it out, wrap it up, and just put it back in the morning. So, all right, so I pulled it out and it's looking like it has a really nice crust, and I'm gonna wrap it and finish it off in the morning tomorrow. It's bright and early, and I just set the smoker back on for the last, should be somewhere between 3.5 to 4 hours to finish this off and get that final internal temperature. Happy Saturday. So the brisket is about 45 minutes to an hour from being done. It needs to get about 6 degrees hotter in the internal temperature, and I put it on early this morning around 8 a.m. and it is almost there. I really hope it turns out. It's my very first attempt at making brisket, so my expectations are not the highest, but it's my first time. I'm glad I broke in the smoker, and instead of just being intimidated by it and staring at it, I finally did something with it. And I'm not sure how the meat's gonna fully turn out because I had it in these sections, but I talked to another local butcher here that can get me the whole brisket flap in one piece, so I'll try that next time. But at least it's smoked meat. I love the taste of smoked meat, and I know it's gonna be probably relatively good. We'll see how it goes, but I'm just hoping that connective tissue really breaks down nicely, and we'll see how it goes. So I'll let you guys know. Saturday is my day for meal prep. I meal prep my chicken liver pate, which I'm going to do now. I usually keep a few jars out for the week, and then I freeze the rest. All right, here it is in all its glory. Gonna slice it up and see what it looks inside, but the crust on it, the bark looks really good, and it actually looks really nice and juicy too. All right, I'm gonna slice into this, see how it all turned out, and I'll show you guys what it looks like inside. But it smells amazing, the bark looks great. I think for a first attempt, probably went okay. I still have a lot to learn about smoking, but really, really excited for us to try this. So let's see. I will show you guys a closer up. Turned out really, really nicely. The smoky flavor is so nice, and it's just falling apart. Really juicy. Pretty excited. There it all is, sliced up. Bon appetit. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that video. For more recipes, check out ketogenicgirl.com.